Hey everybody, Vince here from AutoIndustriya, and today I'm pleased to introduce to you the new BYD Sealion 7. Now, if you visited the recent Manila International Auto Show, you will know this as the vehicle they posted there. They showed it to us, they gave us a little bit of a sneak peek of what this vehicle is, and now we're gonna be able to take you all around the new features, the technology, and of course, the performance in just a bit. Now, the Sealion 7 is their new flagship SUV. It's a very sporty one at that. So it's gonna be their top dog, just above the BYD Tang, definitely above the Sealion 6. Of course, the Sealion 6 is a DMI, the plug-in hybrid system. This one is a full BEV. And yes, they're flexing all of their technology in this vehicle, and we'll show you that right now. There is no mistaking that the Sealion 7 does take quite a bit of inspiration from many European brands. We can see it with the front. It does remind me of, say, this automaker from Stuttgart in the way the front is, particularly with the lights, with the front end. It just looks so very sporty. Now, this vehicle, being a flagship, it's not a traditional flagship like a 7-seater, it's a 5-seater, but it's a sporty 5-seater. You can see it with the width, and then of course, the shape of the vehicle. But first, like the wheels. The wheels are 20 inches wide. So these are big wheels with Michelin EV tires. We're gonna expect a lot of performance from that later on. But you can see the way they do the roofline. It's very sloping. It's almost coupe-like, reminding me of a certain automaker, like the way they do it over in, well, Bayern, that area. Now, the back is rather unique because it does have a rather cam-back design in the way they do the rear glass, which slopes and then just terminates with this rear end. This looks properly sporty to me. The lights they do in the back, also very, very neat. But yes, if you're following one of these, there's no mistaking that this one does have some performance potential. Now, with the lip here, the spoiler looks very good, very sporty. Same with the top here. But what we really like here is going to be the space. So you can open this by pressing that button or pressing your key or even just kicking, depending on what you want to do. Now, inside, what we have here is a lot of space. It's about 120 cm from here to there, about 110 cm wide. So it's pretty spacious. And even when you place the cover, it's actually got about 500 liters already here. But you can triple that space. So if I fold down this, let's say fold that down, and then I go around, it's a 60-40, so I have to run around to the other side, get a few steps in, get a little bit of cardio going around, and then pull this down, then it goes up to 167 cm right up to here. So plenty of cargo space indeed. But it does have a nice little trick here because it does have a compartment underneath. So a little recess here, you can put stuff there. There's even another little bit here for your tools and such. It's very nicely integrated, what they did here. But see here, there's a little bit of space there. So if I want to put, like, say, a laptop here, I can, my laptop bag under there, keep it away from prying eyes. Or if I want maximum space, I can put it down and then grant me a little bit more of height. So there you go. Depends on really, oh, there it is. That's why it's not going down. The tie down points are still out there. So it gives me a little bit more height overall. Here you can see pockets over there, the Dyne audio speakers all around. Very nice audio indeed. And of course, you got the power tailgate, which is cool. Now, let's get on to the performance. And we can actually see it already right here. So we can see here, EV, all-wheel drive. It is a BEV, so it does have all-wheel drive capability because it has a motor front and rear. But what's gonna be impressive here, right here. See that? It says 4.5S. That is not the model number. That is BYD flexing the 0 to 100 of the vehicle because it has 530 horsepower and 690 Newton meters of torque. Charging is right here. It has a Type 2 AC charger. It can handle up to 11 kilowatts. And if you use a CCS2, of which Evro has quite a few, you can charge it with a 150 kilowatt charger for fast charging, like think 30 to 80% in about 30 minutes, which is kind of the sweet spot right now. But the key with BYD is always going to be the battery. And you'll find it underneath those doors, underneath the floor of the vehicle, nicely integrated into the structure of the vehicle. It has just over 82 kilowatt hours of battery capacity in there, like with the full charge. It'll be able to give you up to 542 kilometers of overall range. But what's really going to be here is going to be the performance. It's going to be enjoyable to drive because this is an all-wheel drive performance SUV. But if we look under here, we won't see a thing because we have a frunk. Again, reminds me of another, the same automaker from Stuttgart. It's got a trunk underneath the hood. That's really, it's about 50 liters in overall capacity, so plenty of space for all kinds of stuff. But yes, what we're looking forward to here is going to be, there you go. Nope, there you go. We locked it in there. But it's got the performance of basically a performance car. You can blow away a lot of other cars in this vehicle in a stoplight if you so wish. Just be sure not to incur any speeding tickets when you drive one of these around. But anyways, now let's go check out what's inside the new Sealion 7. BYD is billing the Sealion 7 as a flagship performance SUV. Now, that comes with expectations of an interior that is luxurious and a cut above. Now, you tell me, did they hit the mark? Because by my eye, I think they did. Now, it starts with the seats. So, these front seats, very sporty. It's a one-piece, meaning the backrest is a one-piece with the headrest. The cushioning, by the way, is very plush. And it's got this, I wouldn't say quilting, it's something else, but it looks very cool. And the way they do the stitching is very intricate with the perforations and all that. And by the way, this driver's seat is even a cut above because it has a little thigh rest, leg rest here, which I can, like, let's say if I press this button here, I mean, you won't see it now, but I can feel the cushion just extending just a little bit. So if I'm a taller individual, which I'm not, it'll be able to support my thighs. Or if I want to sit back or actually lean back and relax in the car while which is kind of popular over in China. Like, you relax in your car, you use it like a mini condo where you can rest during lunch. This is gonna work well for you. But the dashboard is perhaps what gets to me. The design is very clean. I mean, if we remove the steering wheel, it looks very symmetrical. You know, you've got the screen here, more on that in a bit. The way they do the dashboard with the continuous black panel all around with the satin silver trim looks very neat. You're gonna want to keep it clean though, but I mean, if you like it neat and glossy and very, very smooth, this is going to fit your liking very well. It's got a 10.25-inch screen here with all the information you need, like your TPMS, your speed, state of charge, the driving mode that you're in, which by the way, you control via here. You can press that, you can go normal, sport, snow, eco, and back to normal again. But if you don't want to bother looking at the driver display, well, you can look straight ahead. Now, you might not be able to see it you won't be able to see it with the camera, but there is a heads-up display here, meaning I don't have to tilt my head down to look at the screen for information. I just look straight up. I can see there my speed, of course, is 0 right now. The status of my AEB, not AEB, the ACC, all that stuff is going to be shown right there. And you can control these functions, the D-Pilot functions, right here. So your adaptive cruise control, the lane keep, all that stuff you can control right here from your steering wheel without even taking your eyes off the road. You can just feel it. I mean, the physical buttons are always nice. On the right side, we have volume control, but overall, the feel of the steering wheel, they've clearly leveled it up with a flat bottom, perfect for guys like me with a big tummy, but feels very properly sporty. And they have this white stitching. Actually, they have a nice theme of white, and I would probably call this stitching maybe teal. Nice contrast stitching over there. Satin trim all around. The door design, the door card is very unique. The way they have this, it's very, very different compared to what we've seen in a lot of vehicles. They even have the door handle to open it right here, the door lever right there. Very, very unique overall. I like these little touches that make it feel like a little bit more special. Now up top, what do we see? We do have the panoramic glass roofs right there. Oh, it opens. See, very nice. Now, this is a fixed glass panel roof, so it's not something you would open, but if you want your sunlight to get into the cabin, that's what you do. Sun visors here, of course, with the very nice mirror and the lights on either side. By the way, it's a magnetic thing. It just looks very, very classy. I like that. The rimless mirror here, of course, is auto dimming, which is also a good thing. Then down here, your drive controls and all kinds of functions. So right here, you have your R&D, meaning your reverse, neutral, and drive. The park button here. And by the way, when we put it into reverse, the camera system comes up. I'm just gonna have to step on the brake, but it's a very clear camera. I can, if I want to see what's on the left, which is another Sealion 7, can do that. On the right, I'll see, well, the door is open, so it looks wrong. And then you have the 2D, the 3D view right there if you want. Again, it's not going to be accurate because we're parked right now, but still, it looks really cool. And the transparent chassis, that's kind of cool. It's like a designer's sketch of a car, which looks rather neat. Anyways, back to park. What do we see here? The different modes for the drive system, for the EPB, for the standard mode, the high power, and then back to the standard basically. What other functions do we see here? The volume control, the mode, like I showed you. Yeah, the different modes you have here. So we have normal, sport, snow. We're not going to use that. Eco, and back to normal overall. But I'm guessing since it's a performance SUV, you're going to want to have it in sport mode for a lot of the time with it. Now, here in the middle, let's discuss this. This is a 15.6-inch screen. Of course, typical BYD, press that, it rotates. So if you want to have a car that feels like a Tesla, which by the way, this does compete against more or less directly, the Model Y. It has that portrait, well, they can do that. But if you want to use your Android Auto, press that, it'll go back to landscape mode. And in landscape mode, well, you've got your wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. Very useful functions here. And the sharpness of the screen, by the way, is superb. Now, it does have its own 4G. You can do all these OTA updates later on, depending on what you want. And by the way, since it's wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, I can use the wireless charger right here on the left and the pad here on the right. So the wireless charger is very well placed for I can cool my phone. Phones do get a bit warm when you do a wireless charging cycle on them. On the right, I do have the NFC key. I mean, I do have two keys here. So you do have the regular key, and you have the NFC. You can just keep this in your wallet and then drive it around. No problem there. So it's very, very useful. Underneath, what do we have? We have a compartment. You have your USB and USB-C ports over here. There's a big compartment under here, which I think is very, very useful. And then over here, a nice velvet-lined glove compartment there. So yeah, there's a lot of things you can love about the BYD Sealion 7, but I want to check out the back if you can use it as your own personal limousine. If I'm not in the mood to drive, then sitting in the back and just having someone else do the driving for me, it's actually a nice place to be in. It's a nice, like, for example, the seats, the same seats in front, the cushioning is the same you would experience here in the back, and you've got a center armrest with your own dual cup holders here. And then you have the little compartment here if you want, but it's just like, it's chill. It's a chill place to be in. Now, the view outside is going to be great too, because big window here. It's actually a privacy glass, and if we pull it down, yes, you get the measure of just how tinted it is here in the back for privacy. And then you have the panoramic roof. Again, it doesn't feel claustrophobic. It feels nice and spacious and airy. And then in terms of the legroom, knee room, I mean, I'm not going to be able to maximize the knee room here, but it's got plenty overall. You also got pockets here for your phone, for maps. Nobody uses maps anymore. Your tablet maybe can go there. My phone is right here. And speaking of phone, if you want to charge, there's a little charger thing there that you push. It's like a glove compartment for the charging ports. Keeps it nice and neat. Dual AC vents, which, by the way, it's nice and cool here in the back. Even with the windows open in our summer heat, the AC is working well. That is something BYD really adjusted for our weather, and we can feel the difference. But yes, in terms of space, in terms of comfort, the headrest is also nicely scalloped. You can really chill here in the back. But we're not here to chill. We want to go take it out for a drive. So let's head on out to the course and do a few acceleration tests. So now we finally have our chance to try out the Sealion 7. Now this is not going to be a full review, and right now we are in sport mode. So the transmission, or at least the response of the throttle is going to be quick. So let me put it into, let's say, an eco mode. It's a bit more restrained. It's not as quick and rapid in terms of the response. And then put it into normal, a bit quicker, definitely. And then we put it into sport mode, and that's just instant. And we're gonna come up to a place here where we can test the acceleration. But for now, in terms of the quality and in terms of the feel, it seems to be really good. I mean, that's what we expect out of a vehicle that they want to be their flagship. Meaning, in this class, in this price point, there are going to be no excuses. And now we're going to pull up right here where we can do an acceleration test. And we want to see if it really is as rapid as they say. So we're going to stop here, look around, look at the vehicle in front, wait for him to clear out. And then 3, 2, 1. Wait, sorry, camera guy, are you ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. You know, I wish I had this back in the day, like when we were still doing like drag races over at the Manila Harbor Center. Let me know in the comments if you remember those days, because this would be so much fun because it is just so quick. Like the throttle response in that mode is like right that. And considering this is a 2.3 metric ton vehicle, just a little bit over that, because it does have to have a big battery. Now they do have the LFP battery, which is called BYD Blade, the lithium iron phosphate. And with these kinds of batteries, they have to have a bit more mass because they're avoiding cobalt, and it also gives them the better thermal, thermal stability overall. So it makes it a very safe battery for an EV or a PHEV. That is what the LFP battery gives you. It gives you that option. And of course, you know what? We're in an SUV, a crossover. Like, let's do a little bit of, I guess, light off-road. I mean, we're not gonna do this a lot, but they're probably not gonna appreciate that I put it on the dirt. But yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, let's do one more try. Like, how does this feel on this surface? Yeah, they're gonna see this on the video and they're gonna get mad at me for doing this, but you know. Yeah, I mean, look at the ride comfort. Like, we're not on a really rough road. I mean, it's just dirt and some gravel, but it seems to be managing it very well. You know, and I can go faster, but you know, I won't because again, they might not appreciate that. They might not invite me anymore here, but still had to do it even just for a little bit. And that's the potential of what this offers. It offers you the performance of like the Seal, you know, the BYD Seal. That's a very powerful car, very, very fun, but they're giving you more clearance and more space inside, which is something we really want out of an everyday car. Even though this car is also going to be great for the weekends. Like if you have, you know, let's say a date, you want to go on a weekend out, this is going to be great. It's going to give you the range up to 542 kilometers overall. Of course, it's going to depend on the driving habits, the conditions, and all that stuff. But it gives you that potential, and you can bring along some friends, your family, your kids. I mean, there's an ISOFIX anchor there if you want to put a child seat. Definitely, you want your toddler to enjoy the acceleration of this. It's going to put a smile on their faces. Of course, when you have all this power and all this tech, you want to focus on safety. And that's what they really did with this one, because they equipped all their safety features, like I mentioned, the D-Pilot, the stability control, traction control, ABS, and more importantly, vented and cross-drilled rotors up in front, big ones, and vented discs over in the back to give you the stopping power, and more importantly, the cooling ability, or at least the management of the temperatures of the brakes to give you consistent braking even after a few laps on a racetrack. Oh, I would love to take this on a racetrack right now, but I think they're planning something in that regard. So that's about it for our initial thoughts on the new BYD Sealion 7. The design, the interior design in particular, fantastic. In terms of the quality, it seems impressive, and the comfort is great, but more importantly, the performance, the technology, all the things we know BYD does well are done very well here indeed. Of course, we're gonna need a longer test drive to give our full opinion on how everything performs, from the audio system, the driving, the range, even the features like the detection thing that watches my face to make sure I'm not drowsy, which definitely after driving this, I don't feel drowsy at all. But it's going to be a great vehicle for those looking for a premium BEV in the price range of around 2.5 to 2.6 million. Yeah, they're not saying exactly how much yet because they're trying to work it out to be as low as possible for their customers. And hopefully they get it quite low because I would really like a lot of people to be able to afford this and enjoy what the Sealion 7 has to offer. Now, when it comes to the warranties, we're talking about long warranties for their vehicles because they do that for all of their models. And of course, when it comes to the ownership experience, it's going to be great because you only have to come in once a year. Anyways, this is Vince of AutoIndustriya. Thank you for watching. I want to go for a few more laps and I want to see what this vehicle has to offer. One more acceleration test. Let's go. Whoa.